achievements in my life. Oh, hey guys, sorry, I didn't see you there. Hi. Hey guys, welcome back to Dedicated to Art. My name is Chris Doman. I'm hosting today because Case is moving. He is doing stuff in his personal life, so he's taking the week off. He does what he does. But anyway, I'm Chris Doman. That's Nico Rigoli, and we have a fun little InnerGeekDom 4-way match today. Now, Nico, refresh me. I actually don't really know who two of these competitors are, but I know the other two. You got them got the names on hand?
I have three of them. You can help me with the fourth. We have, of course, our good friend Chance Ellison.
Chance!
We have Action Army intern Brandon Hanna, who has recently been making some waves in the fan leagues with partner James White. This is his debut. We have returning competitor Keaton Markey. She was in, I believe, last year's tournament and just didn't have the best showing. But, a lot can happen in a year, so who knows, this might be a good turnaround for her. And the fourth competitor, you're going to have to help me with the name here.
Okay. I believe the name is Chandru Dhanapani. Chandru Dhanapani, a.k.a. the Zeitgeist. You're welcome.
I have really nothing to add in regards to him because he's the one I know the least about. We know what Chance brings to the table. He was the former Jote InnerGeekDom champion, and he was in contention for the Phantom Fight inaugural title. Brandon Hanna, he's been cutting his chops in the fan leagues, and now he's making his debut officially, so he's got some experience under his belt. We saw what happened with Ring Rust in regards to Hector Navarro, but I have a feeling that Keaton probably wanted this break so that she could take the time she needed to get the knowledge she needs to live up to this generation of InnerGeekDom players, because the game has just gotten so much harder and the talent has gotten that much stronger that you need to give a little extra effort to live up to expectations. And Chandru, again, not really sure where he stands, but we will find out today.
Absolutely. And look, as much as I want to just root for Chance, that's kind of my shtick and all. I honestly don't know who this could come down to. But I do know this, that while Chance is good at Geek, I will never take that away from him. I don't know Brandon's strength that well because, spoiler alert, guys, I rarely have time for watching that many of the fan league matches, so who knows? Brandon might be fantastic, but I haven't seen him in action yet. And Keaton did have a strong showing in her first appearance, but didn't necessarily have the best appearance after that. So who knows? Maybe she's been studying, as you said. And Chandru, if he's in here because maybe he was through the Patreon or something, clearly he must know something then.
He might have been in a past free-for-all. I don't think it was this past one, but it might have been the one before that.
I remember most of the 2018 free-for-all lineup. I don't recall seeing him there. Because I was there.
The reason why I say he might have been in a previous free-for-all is because I think I saw his photo with his name underneath, the Schmoedown graphics. So this might not be his first appearance, but his first appearance might have been a while back, and we just don't remember.
I suppose we'll have to find out if the good folks at the desk remind us today as we click play in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
The one. If you want to make that call and putting that all into your choice, your power, your call.
100%.
100%?
Yes.
All right. Oh, hey, Geek 10-3, what's up? How you doing?
I'm all right. How are you guys doing? Nice to see both of you. Yeah. Have you made your decision yet?
We have. Representing corruption in the manager role, we decided to choose Stacey Howard.
Oh, wow. Okay, Stacey Howard too.
You said there was some surprise.
No, that's great. I'm actually thrilled because I like Stacey. She's very level-headed. Right. If she wins, I'm perfectly fine with her, being the boss running things. That's great.
Oh, you think she'll be the one, the only one running?
That's how it works.
No.
Oh, no.
You corrupt bastards.
You'd be working for
address.
Mark that down too.
Put that in your
All right, Stacey.
Oh, no.
Done and done. Hey, did you break into my car?
Yeah.
That's fair. Yeah. I trust, but I don't.
At least she admits to it.
Good God. Okay, so that means Roka, Eric, and now Stacy. So the field is lining up.
Who was that second person you said?
Eric Zipper.
Danielle.
Yay! Dank memes, everybody. Dank memes.
Danielle Rafford, you know her from her wrestling podcast Tights and Fights. Writer, actress, comedian, host, and she is here today to call this match with me. Danielle, we have a four-way. Have you ever been involved in such a thing?
A four-way? Not that I can talk about on camera.
Well, this is going to be a very interesting four-way because if you are attempting a four-way at home, it's always a risk
Oh, the
when you have two
innuendos.
rookies involved in said four-way, and that is exactly what we have today. Let's talk about the competitors that we know of because we have Brandon Hanna going to be making his InnerGeekDom
I remember
debut
my
today,
first
as well as
four-way.
Chandru Dandapani is going to be making his debut here. So what we
Good
have,
Lord,
Danielle,
Nico.
is we're looking at the rookie experience first and foremost. What does a rookie have as far as their mentality going into something like this?
That's
because
fine.
Chandru, look, he
better
had to
than my
prove
first
himself to the
six-way.
chairman, to Christian Harloff, excuse me. Brandon Hanna had to prove himself to Emma Fyfe. They're climbing the ranks from being a fan, from being an intern for Ben Bateman. In Brandon's case, what are they looking at going into this match here today?
I mean, first of all, you just want to make sure you don't embarrass yourself, right? You can be as great at trivia when you go and hang out with your friends on trivia nights. You can be great yelling back at the screen at Jeopardy. It is completely different when you get here and you get underneath these lights and your foundation starts melting. That's not talking about anyone in particular. That's never happened to me.
Words of wisdom from Danielle Rafford. Don't let your makeup run and don't suck when you get under the white hot spotlight. Now,
Don't suck, don't suck,
Keaton
don't
Markey
suck.
has not sucked in the InnerGeekDom. As a matter of fact, she is currently ranked in the top 10. She has a 1-2 record. She has a TKO to her credit. She was in a Fatal 5-Way last year, so I think that knowing the format of how these big matches works has got to be suited to her strength here.
Absolutely, and there's nothing InnerGeekDom. So I believe this might be my first InnerGeekDom match.
Oh, well,
calling it.
welcome to the crew.
Thank you. This is
Yay!
InnerGeekDom. They are not playing around. If this is something you can get in the top 10 of, I tip my hat, I salute you, I tip my wig to you, because these questions are some not effing around questions.
Yeah, we were taking a look at some of the questions beforehand.
Nope.
And it's, again, if you're a rookie, whether you're on
These are
the desk
expert
or
level
you're
questions.
asking the question, the InnerGeekDom can be a challenge. But let's go to the pregame interviews with the competitors. Take a look.
Hello,
And now
editing.
we know that in that fatal four-way is going to be Chance.
Surprise, surprise! Look who's here. What am I doing here? That's right.
I'm bringing back Keaton Markey.
Hey, it's Keaton Magic Markey, and I'm back! Oh, I'm so excited to be back. I can't
Yay!
wait to get back in there and compete.
So we've got Chandru,
What's up, Internet? I'm Chandru Dandapani, and I'm the Zeitgeist.
Brandon Hanna, the return of old Boss Baby.
Greetings, movie trivia Schmoedown fans. It's Brandon, the Hitman Hanna.
Really, bro? The Hitman?
I don't know how I feel about his suit.
Cobra took a bus,
I
a
don't know how I
train,
feel
and a
about that
plane
name.
to come ruin all of your
Bret Hart
InnerGeekDom
used
dreams.
that.
We have Brandon, the Hitman Hanna. I love this kid. I've seen him. He's done great things behind the scenes, like get my coffee, get a muffin for RB3.
I've been working behind the scenes. I know this league better than anybody. I've been in here. I've been in this studio before. I know what it's about, and I'm ready to get the win.
And then we got Chandru's coming in here.
Chandru,
Brandon Hanna? I'm sure he's just getting coffee for him and like carrying his briefcase and too busy to do all of his trivia knowledge studying, so I'm not too worried about him.
he's just a fan coming from the sidelines.
I have met him in the crowd, watching and wishing he was a part of it. Well, Chandru, your wish just turned to a nightmare because the Cobra is here to ruin all your dreams.
Oh, the magic marker? I'm not worried about her. She knows like Harry Potter and Disney. Disney's not even
magic
in
marker.
InnerGeekDom. Wait, oh, magic marquee.
Keaton, magic marker. She's a ball of energy.
You just gotta kind of go in there with a positive attitude, ready to play the game, and, have fun.
A nice little ball of sunshine, but there is no place in the InnerGeekDom for that.
Dark and gloomy right here.
Listen, I respect her as a competitor. She clearly knows her stuff, but I mean, she's just in the way. I'm gonna do what a hitman does. I'm gonna take her out.
You know, to all the new competitors, I've been a newbie before. I know it's intimidating. From my past matches, I've learned so much. I've competed against some of the biggest competitors and lost terribly, but at the same time been the underdog and won.
It's about spreading my dominance throughout the entire league and putting everyone everywhere on notice if they aren't already.
I'm here in the movie trivia Schmoedown because I want to show how geeky the modern culture is, and I'm coming for that thick belt.
You know, someday down the road, I will win one of those titles. Just wait and see.
I'm gonna take that belt. I'm gonna take this league by storm. I'm Brandon, the Hitman Hannah, and I'm coming for you.
You didn't know who was coming for you. Boo. We're here.
You know, I'm kind of rooting for Keaton, just because of how positive she is.
Well, that instantly means that you suck because you only support the positive people. How dare you, Nico? Support
When
the
you
villains.
look at somebody like a Brandon Hanna or like a
Quit throwing case of bone.
They're going into this with a lot of confidence. Do you think that that's false hope, or do you think that they're trying to pump themselves up? Do they really believe in themselves?
Look, I think that that's exactly what you need. Fake it until you make it. You cannot show a sign of weakness here because your other competitors are going to start using that to needle you, and they're going to get in the cracks in your armor, and they are going to make you feel like a terrible, horrible person who doesn't know things.
Why, man? Why?
He's showing the confidence that we've come to expect from her. Danielle, I must ask you, because this is your first InnerGeekDom match, are you ready to go?
I am ready.
Then it's time for the movie Trivia Schmoedown! Yeah! It's like we practiced that. That was
It's
really
like
good.
we did that. Look, and I said Schmoedown this time. Look,
You put the M in there. We're so proud of you.
Learning and growing. Learning and growing.
Introducing first. With a record of 0-0,
What is this
making
music?
his InnerGeekDom debut, please welcome Brandon, the Hitman Hannah.
Guys, please leave a link or a comment down below.
What's on briefcaseless Brandon, but he does have the suit, styling, profiling, Danielle.
Is everyone shopping at the same suit store? What's happening?
He looks like a young Republican.
Joseph A. Banks salesman.
Ow.
Hannah.
I want to see that face on a bench. I want that face to help me buy a
don't
house.
be mean to the poor kid.
And his opponent, with a record of 0-0, also making his InnerGeekDom debut.
Ooh, Lego movie song.
The Zeitgeist, Donda Pony.
He's flossing.
I want you to lose.
He's flossing.
He's hitting the shot.
Everybody kick his ass. He's flossing.
Not since Antonio Brown dancing in a Pizza Hut commercial have I seen that move pulled off so well. John Drew all
Hey, Pittsburgh Steelers got a reference.
And their opponents, representing the
How dare you, sir.
Popcorn Network, with a record of 1-2, the 2018 InnerGeekDom quarterfinalist, Keaton Magic Marquis. There's Keaton, also got a little dance, a little pep in
Woo!
Look at the confidence on Keaton. Keaton comes in strong.
Shaking hands, being very sporty. Everybody see the.
I wish there was a baby for her to kiss. I feel like she would kiss that baby.
She should be running for office, and perhaps she will get some votes if she can pull off the win here today. And finally, representing corruption, making his InnerGeekDom debut, led to the ring by his managers, the Cobra, Chance Ellison! Wow, Bryce Hancock is here. Stacey Howard is here. And the pit boss snaps.
Once again, Grace looks like evil Kim Possible.
You know, I am incredibly shocked.
Very interesting here, Danielle, because Emma, after Chance's last win, said, oh, you getting cocky, getting mouthy. We're going to throw you into the InnerGeekDom and see how you fare, and we're about to witness that here today. So we have three rookies, and Keaton Marquis all of a sudden looking at this swell of opponents like I have more experience than all of them combined, Danielle.
Absolutely, and hopefully we don't get her mixed up with any of the other redheads in black that just came in.
It's a lot of black leather and red hair.
Look,
going on.
I worry that one of them is going to drug her and try to replace her with themselves.
This could
So
be a
watch your
Parent Trap levels, which Alex Marzona is paying close attention to everybody who is up at the desk. Competitors, this is a 4-way qualifier in the InnerGeekDom. I'll tell y'all how round number 1 works. You're going to hear questions from different corners of the inner. Each question is worth 1 point. The question is asked to the field. So as soon as you hear the question, please write down your best attempt at an answer on the whiteboard in front of you with the marker that Danielle herself brought to the studio. Thank you for those markers,
Oh, you're very
Danielle.
welcome. I just had them laying around on my whiteboard at home where I put the names of my enemies.
You will have, that's interesting. You will have about 15 seconds to write down your answer. Once
God
we ask
bless you,
by
Danielle
name
Radford.
To reveal your answer, please show what you wrote on the whiteboard to your camera at the same time you verbalize your answer into the microphone. Please try to write as legibly and as big as humanly possible. Like I said, each question is worth 1 point. There's no penalty for missing a question in round number 1. There is no stealing in round number 1. Each competitor throughout the 3-round match has 3 usages of the JTE rule. So if you need to buy yourself some time or you didn't hear a question correctly, ask us for a JTE rule. We will repeat it. You also each have 1 challenge to be used throughout the duration of the match. Chance Ellison, good to see you.
Good to see you, too.
Are you prepared and ready to go here in your first InnerGeekDom bout?
Let's get it.
I have to wonder if he ever gets hot wearing that jacket.
Sunglasses. I almost didn't know it was you.
Incognito. Keaton, Markey, are you ready to go?
Yeah, let's do this.
All right, Chandra, this is your first time here. Are you feeling okay?
Whatever it takes.
And Brandon Hanna, you ready to go, sir?
Ready to comply.
Then let's get ready to Schmoedown! All right, your first question will be administered by Miss Danielle Radford. Danielle, at your ready, what category are we looking at?
All right, question number 1. We are in the category of the MCU. In the MCU, which of Nick Fury's eyes is covered by a patch?
That's kind of like a 50-50.
If I get this wrong, I'm leaving right now.
The man has 2 eyes, so it's one or another.
There have been 22 movies. I should not get this wrong.
You really messed up.
2, 1, pens down, go to Chance.
Left eye.
It is, in fact, his left eye. Did Keaton have it?
No.
She had the right eye to Chuck. He did have left in Brandon.
Right.
Okay. There we go.
50-50. There it is.
I know. I was like trying to mirror image.
It's right from your perspective, but it's the left eye.
Star Wars. And your question is, what main color is the speeder that Anakin pilots during the Coruscant chase at the beginning of Attack of the Clones?
This was in one of our matches. This was a question in one of our matches.
Maybe not is a primary color. Was it? But the primary color.
The one versus Jay.
If it was
I think it was. I think that was a question in that match.
Know that this is the main color.
You start talking about shoes, and I do a countdown. 5, 4, 3,
Repeat the
2.
question.
Oh, JTE rule for Chandru. What main color is the speeder that Anakin pilots during the Coruscant chase at the beginning of Attack of the Clones? The main
Also,
color.
yes, I'm
I said
wearing the
main
shades
color.
in honor of
There we
Chance.
Go to 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go to Keaton first.
Yellow.
In fact, yellow. Did you have it,
Yellow.
sir? He did have yellow. The JT
Yellow.
rule pays off. Brandon has yellow, and Chance.
Yellow.
He's got yellow across the board.
This is when I say what I mean. These questions are not effing around questions. Question number 3 in the topic of Middle-earth. What alias does Frodo use at the Prancing Pony?
Come on, Nico, you saw this.
Oh, crap.
Do you think it gets by InnerGeekDom enthusiasts?
Either those are furries.
5, 4, 3, 2.
It's
1.
not coming to me.
Pens down.
It's not coming to me.
Bag.
Damn it.
That is incorrect. Does Brandon have it?
Underhill.
We can accept Underhill. Did Chance have Underhill?
Stan.
It is not Stan. Does Keaton have it?
Kill the pony?
It's all good efforts, but only Brandon comes out on top. So he emerges as the early leader and the only one to maintain a perfect round. So if Brandon can somehow get the next 7 questions right, he will get asked a bonus question. But we got a long way to go.
He missed one. He missed one.
Long way to go. He did miss a question. Never mind, Brandon. You will not get a bonus no matter what happens.
You're still a failure.
Your next question. This is in the world of DC movies. DC movies. Who plays Detective Tom Lone, the love interest, in 2004's Catwoman?
My almost favorite movie.
My marker is
I believe
heavily
that's what
shitting the
Halle Berry won
bed.
her Oscar for?
Well,
I
it's
believe
because
so,
it's a
yeah.
heavily
Doing my
shitty
research
movie.
correct?
Oh my God.
That's a deep into the library of DC. 5.
I'm sorry, Rachel.
4.
You missed this one.
3.
That's how I know it.
2. 1. Pens down. Brandon, did you
It's
have
Benjamin
it?
Bratt?
James Marsden.
It is not James Marsden.
Good guess.
Benjamin Bratt.
It is Benjamin Bratt. Did Keaton have it?
Tom Hanks.
Tom Hanks.
Benjamin Bratt.
Okay, so Chandru and
Sexy basketball playing there. That's how we know who does that.
Benjamin Bratt, he had a broken back, but still playing hoops in Doctor Strange. All right, we move on to the world of Marvel movies, and for that, we go back to you, Miss Radford.
Okay, number 5. Who played Ben
No, you missed the
Grimm,
first one.
aka The Thing,
No, you're right.
in the 2005 and 2007 Fantastic Four films?
Reaching deep
Come on,
into
Marker, work.
deep into the bargain bin with these last 2 questions.
I'm going to misspell this answer, but I will get it right.
Right now.
I am the bargain bin.
5, 4.
I was born from it.
3.
Also, there's no second C,
2.
it's just a
1.
K.
Pens down. Chance.
Michael Chiklis.
It was Michael Chiklis. Did Keaton have it?
Michael Chiklis.
Yes, she does.
Michael Chiklis.
Chandru's got it. Does Brandon?
Michael Chiklis.
Points across the board.
Fantastic.
So Chance and Chandru with a 1-point advantage over Brandon, who himself has a 1-point advantage over Keaton. As we move to your 6th question in round number 1, Harry Potter movies. Harry Potter movies. Have a couple Harry Potter fans here today.
What's that?
In the Harry Potter franchise, what does it mean when a Remember-All turns red? What does it mean? Remember-All. Sounds
Come
like
on,
something
come
you
on.
take for your bladder.
It sounds like something you take to counteract the effects of something else.
I'm struggling to remember what movie this was from out of the 8.
3, 2, 1. Pens down. Keaton.
Means you forgotten
No.
something.
Forgotten something.
That is correct. She did not forget
Person's
that.
forgotten something.
The Chandru's got it too. Did Brandon remember it?
I had no idea.
Oh, you forgot.
Chance.
You've forgotten something.
He's got it. Chance got it.
Brandon.
Well, I could have used to remember all for this question.
So,
Yeah, it's
wow,
So
people.
his tie's like a Remember-All because it turned red.
Shame on you.
All right, question number 7 in the world of Star Trek. Star Trek the motion picture was released in what year?
Yeah, you can't get away with calling movies like something the motion picture. It just doesn't, people don't buy it.
People don't buy it.
I would love to see them do that.
I want to make something.
Doctor
Not-
Strange 2,
not
the
8,
motion picture.
but
I would love to see Batman, the motion
5,
picture.
4, 3, 2. Don't tempt Matt Reeves. 1. Pens down. Go to you first.
79?
It was 1979. Does Brandon have it?
1979.
Oh,
Like the
thank
guy
God.
he used to intern for. He knows his movie release date's his Chance.
You're up, 78.
Okay, Chance missed it. Does Keaton have 1979? 2015.
I was thinking of a new one.
Just a bit
The
outside.
reboot. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
All right, Keaton, see if you
Bye,
can rebound
Keaton.
with the DCEU,
Oh, maybe.
which was around in 2015. Who plays
Come
the
on,
villain,
Keaton.
Dr. Thaddeus Savannah in Shazam?
Ah.
Oh, I never learned this guy's name.
Well, exclamation point.
It's
Oh
got
my
the
God.
exclamation
Need
point.
you
Shazam.
seriously not know?
Shazam!
Remember when that was just an app that would tell you what song was playing in a bar?
I can
Sinestro and Green
3,
Lantern.
Repeat the
2.
question.
Oh!
Guy
okay,
from
Brandon using his
Kick-Ass.
first JTE rule. Who plays the villain,
Really?
Dr. Thaddeus Savannah,
welcome.
in Shazam? Shazam. Brandon. see
Wait,
if
are
his
you sure
JTE
you're
rule pays
remembering
off like
Sinestro
Chandru's did.
correctly? Because
5,
you misremembered
4,
this once.
3, 2, 1. Pens down. Brandon.
Mark
did you have
Strong?
it?
Mark Strong.
He does have Mark Strong. Does Chance?
Mark Strong.
And Keaton?
I just saw it, but the creepy thin man.
The creepy thin man. We cannot accept that. Chandra, do you have Mark Strong?
Remember when he played Sinestro?
I do remember when he played Sinestro. That's a great deep cut, and Chandra gets a point for that. So looking at the score right now, Chandra takes a 1-point lead over Chance, who has a 1-point lead over Brandon, who has a 2-point lead over Keaton. So everybody feeling each other out here. in
Okay,
round
so I'm
number
doing
1 as
well,
we go
but
to
I've
our
had some
penultimate
assists.
question
I
in
won't
the
deny that.
Okay, number 9 in the world of heroes and villains. Who does Doc steal the plutonium from in Back to the Future?
Not the most politically correct question we've ever asked.
Definitely not. Let's not make it worse.
Well, screw this movie, but
let's just get the answers and move on to the next question.
Move right along.
Don't worry about commenting here. 5, 4,
repeat the question.
Let's prolong this question.
For the best. Definitely for the best.
No.
Who does Doc steal the plutonium from in Back to the Future?
I mean, I would still say Back to the Future. I think maybe the most fun movie of all time.
Maybe the most fun movie of all time.
It's just so damn
It's
enjoyable.
that and Showgirls.
5, 4, I'm sorry, what? 3, 2, 1. Pens down.
Is
We're
it
going
the
to you first
Syrians?
chance.
Oh, me? The Libyans.
It was the Libyans. Does
Damn
Keaton-
it!
The Russians.
Damn it!
Ooh, not the Russians.
I thought Russians too.
It's not Russians.
It's the Libyans.
It is, in fact, the Libyans. 2 points are awarded, and we move on
I thought that's why they were the Libyans. From
for the
Russians
rest
for
of
the
time.
Libyans, but
All right, we
fine.
apologize to any Libyans or Russians who are watching the program. Your next question in the world of mixed bag. Mixed bag could be anything. Your question is, in Kingsman, the Secret Service, the young trainees must care for what type of animal before being tested to kill it?
Come on, Marker, work.
Maybe I just blocked that out of my mind.
I feel like I definitely
Kingsman, the
blocked
Secret
it out of
Service.
my. I will not be watching that.
Oh,
movie.
like James
That's-
Bond.
Go to 5,
Jack Bauer.
4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down, go to Keaton.
Dog.
a puppy.
It is a puppy. Does Chandra have it?
Took me 15 seconds to write down a 3-letter
You
answer.
got the puppy. Does Brandon?
Dog.
The marker
Dog
won't
is
work.
A puppy.
Dog.
It is a dog and a puppy, and points are awarded across the board, Danielle. That closes out round number 1.
We all know which pet would be the one that we would all feel the worst about.
Yeah, right. I mean, if it's a cat, it's just a Tuesday for some people. So we move to Chance Ellison and Chandru enjoying a 8-point round number 1. Very impressive. InnerGeekDom debuts for both of them, and for Chandru, it's his first time on the desk in any match. They have 8 points apiece. Brandon and Hannah trails them by 1 with 7, and Keaton Markey bring up the rear as of right now with 4 points. But as we know, round number 2 is where the wheel
Come on,
comes
Keaton.
into play.
You
The wheel
got
of
this.
Doom, fate, and for all competitors,
good thing I
justice.
tied
This
with
is a
Chance.
4-way qualifier, so each and every competitor is going to get a spin at that wheel. Once you settle on your category, you're going to be asked individually 4 questions from that category. Each question's worth 2 points. There's no penalty for missing a question. However, there is stealing available in round number 2. Because this is a 4-way qualifier, here's how the steal works. You're going to ask a question to one competitor. If they don't have it, I need the other 3 competitors to write down on the whiteboard their best attempt at an answer, and then we'll play it like round number 1. Also, if you are asked a question you're not sure of the answer to, you can ask us for multiple choice. We'll give you 4 options, one of which is the correct answer. At that point, the value of the question goes down to 1. So, Keaton, you are currently trailing, so we're going to go to your opponents, Chance and Chandru, who are tied with 8. And Chance, because you are sitting in the favorites chair, you're going to have the option as to whether you'd like to spin that wheel first or would you like to defer to one of your opponents. Before I get your answer, you can think about it, because the Wheel Slice is sponsored by a patron for the movie Trivia Schmoedown. Thank you for your patronage. The sponsored Wheel Slice is Harry Potter. So if somebody spins Harry Potter, we know Harry Potter is straight for a number of these competitors. We're going to say the name of said patron. Thank you for your support of the movie Trivia Schmoedown. Chance, I bought you some time. What's your answer?
I'll go first.
He is going to go first.
All right.
Go and spin the wheel. You can be gentle with it.
Could you not move the table when you go up there? Thanks.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Calm.
Be very gentle with that wheel. Everybody see how Chance spun it? You don't need to spin it that hard. I think the wheel was intimidated by Chance's sunglasses. DC movies. Okay, Chance. Do you want to use your mulligan, or do you want to stick with the world of DC films?
Come on.
He's going to spin again.
All
Much
aboard
more
the
gentle
Weenie
this time.
Express.
And he's walking away.
And he's walking away, much like one walks away from an explosion in a movie.
I was going to say like a cowboy leaving a saloon, but yours was more InnerGeekDom.
Ooh.
MCU movies.
Okay.
This is going to work for
Is
him.
Stuck with MCU movies, and to administer your questions is going to be my partner in crime, Danielle Radford, at your ready, milady.
Okay. In the world of the MCU, what is the name of the planet where the Soul Stone is
Vormir.
in Infinity War?
Vormir.
That is correct.
Pretty impressive.
Yeah.
That's 2 points for you, sir.
Speaking to Loki, finish Volstag's quote from 2011's Thor, "What happened? Silver tongue turned to words."
Hey, Zach Stans, could you answer this for me, please?
Silver tongue turned to.
Give you a countdown. 5, 4, 3.
Multiple choice.
Is it A, ash, B, steel, C, lead, or D,
I think it's ash.
mush?
Ash.
That is incorrect. So, for the steal, we need our competitors to write down. We're going to give you a little bit of time. If everybody's finished, then we're going to go for a 1-point steal per person. Keaton, did you have it?
Lead.
It is, in fact, lead for a point.
Lead.
That's a big steal. Chandra got it as well.
Lead.
As did Brandon as he looked at Chance. Did you see the look across the desk?
That was a flex.
It is getting a little hot in here. Good thing I wore my leather jacket.
All right. On to the next question. What pet does Ivan Vanko, played by Mickey Rourke,
A bird.
demanding be returned to him in Iron Man 2?
I want my board.
It's a very good impression.
That's very good.
Well, and it's correct.
And
2
it happens
points.
to be right. Wouldn't it have sucked if it wasn't?
That's all that work.
You just go off that leap and then just pew.
All that work to nail that accent. All right, Chance Ellison currently has 12 points, and he's got one more question in round number 2.
In what area of New York City do Hulk and Abomination do battle in
Harlem.
Hulk?
Harlem.
2 more points for Chance Ellison. That's an impressive run in the world of the
It's a 4-way, so they had to subtract the question.
Move on to Chandru. You are now able to spin the wheel if you'd like to, or you can defer to either Brandon or to Keaton.
I will defer.
Okay, Brandon, do you want to spin or do you want to defer to Keaton?
I'll spin.
Brandon's going to step
All
up.
right.
Going to give it a spin.
Keep it gentle like a lover.
All right. Brandon Hanna
That was not gentle like a lover.
giving a spin. Yeah, I feel like he's trying to sell us this wheel.
Oh, don't worry, guys. I'm not seeing
All
it.
right.
You know what? I'd buy it.
DCEU movies. How you feeling?
Ooh.
Well, with DCE. He's going to stick with it.
Right.
Oh, okay.
All right.
All right. Brandon, your first question in the world of DCEU in a slate of 4 here. In Aquaman, who played Volko, Orm's advisor, and a friend to
Willem Dafoe.
2 points. All right, your next question. In Batman v Superman, Dawn of Justice.
6.
The film is set how many months after the events of Man of Steel?
Multiple choice.
Is it A12, B16,
Oh, I'm way
C18,
off.
or D22?
22.
That is incorrect. So for a steal, for 1 point, each competitor has about 10 seconds left now to write down their best attempt at an answer. A12, B16, C18, or D22. Pens down. Start with you, Chance.
18.
1 point for Chance.
18.
And for Keaton.
18.
And for Chandra. That's a big steal. All right, so Brandon, back to you for your penultimate question in round number 2. Your question is, who helped Superman evacuate the villagers during the climactic battle in Justice League?
Flash.
The Flash.
2 points for Brandon Hanna. He's back on the correct answering train. All right. I hate this next question, but I will ask it.
Oh, no.
Your question, last one in the world of DCU. In what category did Suicide Squad win an Academy Award?
Best makeup.
Makeup.
Ladies and gentlemen, I don't know why he knows it, but he does. That is 2 points for Brandon Hanna.
See, there's someone who knows you can't let your foundation run.
Suicide Squad, it is an Oscar-winning film. All right, Chandru, back to you. Would you like to spin or would you like to defer to Keaton?
I'll defer.
Okay, Keaton, you are up. Keaton Markey currently trailing with 6 points, but as we've seen already, you can accumulate a lot of points in a hurry in round number 2. And there's the spin.
Oh, she spun from the peg. She spun from the peg.
That's the best spin yet in terms
Easily
of
the best
preserving the wheel. We're going to respin?
Oh, we respinning, she said.
Okay. And there is the
She
spin.
did it twice.
There it is. No
There you
whammies,
go.
Keaton. No whammies.
Gentle, is it going to be Harry Potter? It could be Star Wars.
Oh.
So it's Star Wars for Keaton.
Okay.
This is good for us.
All right, Keaton.
Smack talk is happening.
This is good for her. That's the
More
question.
questions in the world of Star Wars to be administered by Miss Radford.
In the Phantom Menace, what is the name of a
Bongo.
Gungan submarine?
Bongo.
Multiple choice, please.
Is it A, Bonga? Is it B, Bongo? Is it C, Tonga, Tanga? Or is it D, Tonga?
That's a mean question.
Any of these could be right.
Let's just say B.
That's correct.
Hey.
Misa Pipa get a bongo.
You know, the harder you work, the luckier you get. For 1 point, Keaton pulling off the impossible naming a Gungan submarine.
I told y'all, not messing around questions. In A New Hope, what is the full name of Luke's best friend from Tatooine?
Biggs dark
Need the
letter.
first and last name.
Full name.
I believe this is
definitely
Alex
multiple
Damon's
choice.
favorite character.
Is it A, Briggs Starkiller, B, Owen Lars, C, Owen Darkwalker, or D, Biggs Darklighter?
Owen Mars.
That is incorrect. So for the steal,
She said
1
Owen
point.
Mars, too.
Looks like all the competitors have written down their answers. So Chance going to go to you first for the steal.
Biggs Darklighter.
It is Biggs Darklighter for 1 point. Does Chandru have it?
Biggs Darklighter.
He does. Brandon.
Biggs Darklighter.
All right, we see again, stealing is really coming into play here in this four-way qualifier, Danielle. Every opponent of Keaton's got the 1 point.
Keaton's
She
getting
was
into
not able to
knockout
guess her way
territory.
around that one. Can she do it in her third question?
Well, let's find out. In Revenge of the Sith, who advises Anakin to, quote, train yourself to let go of everything
Yoda.
you fear to lose, end quote?
Palpatine.
Oh!
Incorrect. And now it's a 2-point steal. All right, competitors.
Nico, I'm sorry you bet on the
Gonna go
wrong
to
horse
5,
today.
4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. Chandru, go to you
Obi-Wan?
first. It is not Obi-Wan. Does Brandon have it?
Yoda.
Yoda, the little Muppet, for 2 points is correct.
Didn't
Chance
have
did
it.
not have it. So Brandon Hanna.
Now, see, I would have guessed Eminem.
That's right.
Wow.
You got to lose yourself in the moment.
The music, the moment. You got to
You
never let
it go.
go low. And Keaton Markey right now in danger of being eliminated. All she needs to do is, if she doesn't get this question right, that's fine. She just can't have Brandon Hanna be the one that steals it, or else she will be eliminated.
She can still steal my things. Like, not that that's gonna happen, but she wouldn't be eliminated.
That's a good point.
You're so sweet when you try to, like, be mean.
That's right, Chandru helping me out with the rules, but also throwing a little bit of shade Keaton's way. I like this kid.
It's a rose with thorns.
I love it.
In The Force Awakens, what is the name of the planet that is home to Maz
Takodana.
Kanata's castle?
Takodana.
Oh my god, I should know this. Just give me the multiple choice.
Is it A, Cardota, B, Ratio, C, Takodana, or D, Cortilius?
Cortilius.
Oh!
Incorrect. And so for a steal,
You gonna repeat on the options?
I will repeat the options for you. I'll try it. Not as good as Danielle did. Is it A, Cardata, B, Ratio, C, Takodana, or D, Cortilius? You can simply write down one of the 4 first letters of the alphabet. Pens down. Brandon, did you
I
have
believe
it?
it's C.
It is C, Takodana.
I had A.
He had A, so chance no
Takodana.
points, but Chandru does have it, so now we find ourselves in a situation where we cannot eliminate Keaton Markey yet, because there is the possibility, however much Chandru doesn't believe it could happen, that she could steal one of his points and manage to pull within 10. However, she's trailing by more than 10 going into round number 3. It will be a 3-way race for this win. Okay, so Chandru, now you got to step up and spin the wheel. And I will say this.
Harry Potter.
Because it's your inaugural time. He doesn't need to get it from the wheel, not the pegs. He knows it. It's fun to watch a competitor spin the wheel for the very first time, Danielle. Never gets old.
It's like seeing someone at their first makeout party.
And villains.
Heroes and villains.
He's going to keep heroes and villains.
Okay.
All right, here we go.
This is technically a
In
mixed
the
bag
world of heroes
category.
and villains.
Technically.
Your first question. The ring race, or Black Riders, were also referred to as what in the Lord of the Rings trilogy?
Nazgul.
Give the man 2 points. Very impressive. Lord of the Rings knowledge. And your next question in round number 2. In 2012's The Avengers, what mark number of the
7.
Iron Man suit did Tony use in the Battle of New York?
Seriously?
Yep. Yeah, it's on the computer. It's a question.
Shade.
Multiple choice.
I can provide that. Is it A, Mark 5, B, Mark 7, C, Mark 12, or D, Mark 42?
Mark 7.
That is correct for 1 point, and we almost found ourselves in a situation where Keaton could have stolen that if he had gotten it incorrect, but he navigates the question correctly. It is Mark 7 for 1 point, and so now it's Brandon with 18. Chance in second place with 16. Chandru has 15, and we're still waiting for him to mess up so that we can have Keaton with an opportunity to steal. Your penultimate question, Chandru, in round number 2, Heroes and Villains. Your question is, in Watchmen, who is revealed to ultimately be behind the major villainous activities?
Ozymandias.
Please mess this up.
Mark 7 is actually how many marks we went through before we found you.
3,
Multiple choice.
2. Thank you for the compliment. Your multiple choice options are, is it A, Night Owl, B, Dr. Manhattan, C, Ozymandias, or D, Silk Spectre 2?
Ozymandias.
Give the man a point. Again, maybe not his strongest category, but he took Heroes and Villains, and now he finds himself with the opportunity to answer one more question and possibly pull even with Brandon Hanna for the lead going into round number 3. Your final question in round number 2. In The Rocketeer, the final battle.
Fuck!
The final battle between Cliff and Neville Sinclair occurs on what mode of transportation?
It is a blimp.
Wow.
Multiple choice.
That was a guess too.
Is it A, a biplane, B, an aircraft carrier, C, a Zeppelin, or D, a train?
It was released in 91, so there's plane fights were not that popular.
Gonna go to 5, 4,
This is fascinating.
3.
Train.
It is not a train. That is incorrect. So for the steal, need all the competitors to write this down, and this could keep Keaton Markey alive going into round number 3.
I know, that's what she's hoping for.
About 5,
If
4,
Brandon missed.
3, 2, 1. Your options were A, a biplane, B, an aircraft carrier, C, a Zeppelin, or D, a train. Going to start with you, Chance.
Zeppelin.
Zeppelin's correct for a point. Does Keaton have Zeppelin?
Nope.
It's an aircraft carrier. Does Brandon have it?
C, Zeppelin.
He also had C, Zeppelin. And with that, we move to round 3, and we say goodbye to Keaton Markey. How about a hand for Keaton Markey? Coming back into the InnerGeekDom in a 4-way qualifier. Great to see her again at the desk. And now there were but 3, Danielle, as we move into round number 3.
Ooh.
Round number 3 works like this because we now have 3 competitors left. You each are going to give us a series of numbers. These numbers range from 1 to 16. We need 3 numbers from each competitor. These numbers correspond to a different corner of the InnerGeekDom know-how galaxy. The first question you hear is going to be worth 2 points. Your next question is worth 3 points. Your last one is worth 5 points. These questions are asked to you and only you. There is no stealing in round number 3. There is no penalty for missing a question in round number 3. Danielle, we find ourselves in the situation with Brandon Hanna having a 2-point lead over Chance Ellison, who enjoys a 1-point lead over Chandru. So, Brandon, we're going to get your 3 numbers first. What would you like, sir?
4, 8, and 15.
4, 8, and 15.
Oh, you sweet baby boy.
And now it's Chance Ellison.
What's the range again?
From 1 to 16, sir.
Okay, so I'll go 6, 12, 16.
All right, sticking with all evens. Interesting strategy. Does it throw Chandru off? Chandru, the first time in movie Trivia Schmoedown history, I'm going to ask you for your numbers, sir.
7 for Star Wars Force Awakens, the first Star Wars movie I saw in theaters.
I was going to say.
Good save.
I was like, I could hear
I mean, it's
the
not a
nerd
bad
themes
introduction to the
also, and I was
franchise.
like, no. 11, because 7-11 jokes.
Okay.
And 9.
And 9. All right, he also managed to pick the numbers of 3 Washington Redskins quarterbacks.
Boy.
Look at that, Chandru. All right, here we go.
Yeah,
so
that's why I picked it.
Thank you, Chandru.
What curse did he just unleash on himself?
So, Chandru, I'll be asking you your series of questions. You selected
one.
number 7 for your 2-point question, and that corresponds to the world of heroes. And your question for 2
In
points
the Rocketeer.
is... This movie's a little more recent, but the character might remind some of the Rocketeer. What branch of the military does James Rhodey Rhodes serve in the MCU? Need a branch of military.
Air Force.
Yeah.
answer in 5, 4, 3, 2.
The Marines?
That is incorrect. Looking for the Air Force. The Air Force, like my pappy served in.
Aw.
All right.
My dad was in the Army.
Yeah, there you go. Army brats, Air Force brats. All right, Chandra, so we're sticking with you for your 3-point question now. You selected number 11, and the number of Mark Rippon corresponds to the DCEU. DCEU. Not sure what it stands for, so I'll just leave it as DCEU. Your question. For 3 points, what 2 writers are credited for the Justice League screenplay?
Zack Snyder and Joss Whedon? No.
Go to 5.
Jeff Johns?
Snyder and Joss Whedon.
You got one of them. It was Joss Whedon and Chris Terrio.
Oh, it was
Chris Terrio is who we were looking for there.
Oscar winner, right? Fargo.
Tough question there. And so now Chandru finds himself in the unfortunate position of having to answer his 5-point correct, or else he too will be
I
eliminated.
feel like that was a 5-point
Try to
question
select
he
number
just
9
got.
for your 5-point question. And that corresponds to the world of Marvel movies. Marvel movies. And your question is, in Deadpool 2, what is the name of the Irish inmate of the icebox that confronts Wade and Russell?
Black Tom? Can't remember what the last name is, but it's Black Tom.
4, 3.
Repeat.
I can do that. In Deadpool 2, what is the name of the Irish inmate of the icebox that confronts Wade and Russell?
Good use of, I believe, his last JTE rule.
But he has one more.
No, I don't have any more.
He has no more, I believe.
I paid attention.
So,
I
You're
did it.
honest. I appreciate that.
so we'll give you your countdown now. 5.
It's not very PC, but it's Black Tom.
He got 5 points on that one, Danielle. Staying alive on the desk by the skid. I didn't think he had it, but he pulls it out there. And now, Brandon and Chance, who have been jockeying for the lead for most of the game, now they're looking up at Chandru, who has 21 points. So now Chance Ellison finds himself trailing the leader by 4. So Chance, your question is going to be asked by Danielle, and your 2-pointer, you selected number 6. And Danielle, that corresponds to what category?
Back to the Future.
Okay.
Ooh.
What is Marty McFly's mother's name?
Lorraine.
Just need the first name.
Right.
Quit playing around, Chance. Come on. Just say it.
We're going to need an answer in 5, 4, 3, 2.
Lorraine.
That is correct. It is Lorraine.
2 points. He knew Lorraine way back in 1955, 1985, so it is 19-19. They each trail Chandru by 2. So now we're going to go to Brandon Hanna. Going to give you your 2-point question. So you can get some points in round number 3, possibly. You selected category number 4 for your 2-pointer, and that corresponds to villains. Villains. And your question is, what United States city was Eric Killmonger from?
Is it Oakland?
Yeah,
Oakland.
Give the man 2 points and count him tied with Chandru for the lead.
This has truly become a horse race.
It really has, and now Chance Ellison back trailing by 2. So Chance, you're going to be up next for your 3-pointer, and that comes from category number 12, Danielle.
And that is the world of The Hobbit. Who plays dwarf Dane Ironfoot, cousin to Thorin, who shows up in the Battle of the 5 Armies to help fight?
Just answer Robert Parker for the sake of entertainment.
3 points. This would give him the lead outright for the time being. Go to 5, 4, 3, 2.
Billy Connolly.
That is correct.
Oh boy.
Oh, that was a game. He was playing a little game there.
And just like that, Chandru is eliminated.
Chance Ellison has vaulted into a 1-point lead, and unfortunately that does eliminate Chandru. How about a hand?
Fantastic first game.
Dandapani, what a debut for him. Getting under the white-hot spotlight of the InnerGeekDom division in a 4-way qualifier, not even knowing who all his opponents are. Very game effort by a rookie competitor. Hope to see a lot more of him down the road.
I cannot wait.
But now, the onus is on Brandon Hanna. And Brandon, you are now going to be faced with your 3-point question as you trail Chance by a mere point. All right, Brandon, you selected category 8 for your 3-point question, and that corresponds to independent film series known as Star Wars.
Very small series.
Star Wars.
Ooh.
And your question for 3 points. In Star Wars Episode 4, A New Hope, what 3 words of advice did Luke give C-3PO before leaving to rescue Leia from the Death Star?
Be careful?
Lock the door.
Oh.
Lock the door.
Phrase.
And hope they don't have blasters.
I misunderstood. I thought C-3PO was giving Luke the advice.
Don't say anything.
That is incorrect. Looking for lock the doors. And then Han chimes in and hope they don't have blasters. So, Chance still enjoying a 1-point advantage over Brandon. And now Brandon faced with that 5-point question himself. Brandon's going to come from category 15. You get this right, go back to Chance for his 5-pointer. If you get it wrong, then Chance Ellison will be the winner of the 4-way qualifier.
And this is in the world of Star Trek.
Ooh.
In Star Trek Into Darkness, what is the name of Admiral Marcus's massive, unregistered Dreadnought-class starship that was built in secret?
The USS Vengeance.
Got it.
That is correct.
The crowd knew it, and Brandon Hanna
boy.
has forced the hand of Chance Ellison to get his 5-point question correct. He currently
Very
trailed by
impressive.
4, so we're not going to have overtime today, Danielle. We're going to be declaring a winner at the end of this very question. Chance, you selected number 16, Joe Montana's number for your final question in what's going to be the match here today, the 4-way qualifier, and that corresponds to the wild, wacky, wonderful world of DC movies.
Okay.
Okay.
And for 5 points, your question. Name the only character from the 1978 to 87 Superman movies, so Superman 1 through 4.
Right.
Name the only
Is
character
it Jimmy Olsen?
to make
It
an
is Jimmy
appearance in the
Olsen.
1984 film Supergirl.
One of
The
my favorite
name
movies.
of the character.
It's an amazing movie.
Is that true?
It is true. The director's cut is fantastic.
So Chance Ellison, going to need an answer in 5, 4,
Repeat the question.
3. I can certainly do that. He's got 2 JTU rules left.
I think he actually knows this and he's
Name the
just
only
biding his
character
time.
From the 78 to 87 Superman movies.
Look, fool me
movies 1
once,
through
shame on
4,
me.
to
Fool
make
me
an
twice.
appearance in
He
1984's
doesn't know it.
Supergirl.
Otis.
Oh!
And your
Wow.
winner, Brandon
Wow.
Hanna! We're looking for Jimmy Olsen, Danielle. Jimmy Olsen, and the Spin Doctors have a song, Jimmy Olsen's Blues. That's going to be Chance Ellison.
And he flipped him off as he
Brandon
walked
Hanna
away.
walks away in his debut with a win in a 4-way qualifier that was certainly a barn burner. What do you have to say about Brandon Hanna's performance, Danielle?
That was fantastic, and what a great, so many great performances by rookies today. Brandon Hanna can certainly be proud. I fear that he might get a little too proud, but we'll see how that goes and how this plays out for the rest of his time here at InnerGeekDom. But he does definitely deserve to give himself a pat on the back.
And you hit at something that was fun to watch play out throughout this match, is that you start to see characters get formed, characters get fleshed out, because you can come in with one mentality, one mindset going into your first movie trivia Schmoedown appearance. But you don't really
Notes
know how it's
for
gonna play out,
the
so you start to
post-match
see,
breakdown.
Maybe Brandon, is he going to break bad? Chandra, is he going to break bad? Is he going to break good? He had some nice jabs, but he was also a lovable figure. Then you have Chance Ellison returning in a mysterious performance, but a very game one as well, taking Brandon all the way down to the wire. And let's not forget Keaton Markey as well. An able performance by all 4 competitors. And now we are going to have an interview with the winner solo and the 3 losers of today's match with our own Jen Sturger. Jen, it's all yours.
So look, guys, that was a monster table you just sat at. Let's be real. I know you were cringing the whole time, especially when you didn't get Harry Potter, Keaton.
That was a rough one. Sometimes luck is not on your side, but you know it's been a while since I've sat at that table, and I think with a lot of the stuff that has been released lately, I've been really kind of depressed. So it's been a rough week with Endgame. So yeah, it was hard to sit down at that table and really really hit it home today. But, great challengers, great competitors now in the league, and I can't wait to, maybe have a rematch.
When did they tape this
though, I
match
felt
if
like
she's
your
just seeing
knowledge had really
Endgame
stepped
that
up.
recently?
Oh, thank you.
Just the general knowledge. What it comes down
thank
to,
you.
honestly, is playing
Yeah.
the game. And I know that the format's a little weird when there's more than 2 people out there. So that gets a little intimidating.
Yeah, I would say this was like the one time I was like, let me just go in there with my knowledge. I didn't like do like a deep study or a deep cram right before the days leading up to this match. And, trying to figure out your study strategy is, I think, part of the strategy within this InnerGeekDom. So,
Yeah.
Next time I think I'm going to come with a little bit, more in my back pocket.
Absolutely. And I'll just pass this back here.
Thanks.
Chandru, oh my God. Where did you come from?
Originally India, now I live in
No. I meant, how did you get here? How did you get here?
Oh, so I actually came to the awards show, and I was in the audience, and I spoke to Christian after saying how much I love the Schmoedown and how I'd love to take part in the InnerGeekDom match.
Do you know how many people do that, though, and actually make it through? Not very many. This is a really rare occasion.
Oh, yeah, I'm really lucky. He just gave me his email ID and told me to email, and apparently he really liked my email, and then so he's been asking me to come to the tapings and sit with the matches. It's been great. So I usually just stand in the sidelines and enter the answers in the phone just like everybody else, and I've been winning so many matches. I got the worst questions today, and I shouldn't blame just the questions, because I was double guessing myself too with the Yoda. I had Yoda, and
It happens under those lights,
Oh,
though, man.
yeah.
It's totally different. You can answer all the answers in your phone, and you can play along at home, but there's something about being at a table with other people that are trying to win just as much as you are, that it
Yeah.
just kicks it up a notch.
And when someone's counting down 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, that's the most
You're like, I
stressful-
can count, please stop. Oh, but seriously, that was a really dominant performance straight out of the gate. And InnerGeekDom is, besides Star Wars, I think one of our hardest, one of our hardest divisions we have. So the fact that you came in here and made such a dominant first impression, your first debut here, your debut here, I think that it's nothing to hang your head about. And we're actually really excited to see what you can do if you want to keep coming back.
Oh, I would love to come back. As I said, I love the Schmoedown. I love the InnerGeekDom division especially. And there's some old matches that I need to watch. I need to stop second-guessing myself. I'm still kicking myself over the Air Force for Falcon. I know the internet is not going to forgive me about that.
Rhodey,
Even if I
not
got those
Falcon.
questions, I
Not
would have still
Falcon.
been at 25 and not missed it.
Yeah, but that was a great
but-
5-point pool you had.
So
there.
that's how two
Honestly,
things
like,
getting
you
yelled
just
at
felt the
for.
room explode when you hit it. So
Sorry,
this whole
Chandru.
room loved you. I'm sure the internet is gonna love you.
Oh, thank you.
Aw.
Yeah.
So sweet.
And yes, and some of the best InnerGeekDom players, Rachel Cushing, Mike Kelnowski, Hector Navarro, who am I missing? Jason Inman. They all
Smets.
started with a loss.
Don't forget,
So they-
don't
they all-
forget Smets. He did
No,
win his debut.
I'm talking about
but
the people who started with a loss
Yeah.
and they came back to win belts. That's going to be more my journey too. You better watch out. I'm coming for that thick belt.
Oh. All right, guys. I don't usually have really great things to say about corruption, but I gotta hand it to you, Chance. That was a pretty impressive debut in the IG.
Yeah, thank you, Jennifer. It's wasn't supposed to be in, but I'm glad I wasn't supposed to be in this match. but I'm
Chance,
glad
you're
I
not
hung in there.
Don't call
Wait,
her
wasn't supposed to be in. What do you mean?
You know, I was here. I was hanging at the beach. Get a text message from Emma like, "Hey, we're throwing you into the InnerGeekDom." So I'm just like, okay, whatever. I could take 2 hours to kick a little ass. So this is what I did. When I haven't studied. This is me coming in, no preparation whatsoever.
Wow. Grace, how did you feel about his performance today?
I mean, he performed just as I expected. He did great. He was literally sipping an EGs on the beach doing nothing. We have nerds over here with 3-inch binders studying all day, and he rolls in and lasts till the very end, as I knew he would.
Are you guys worried at all about him and Kalinowski potentially running into each other at some point if you continue to compete in IG?
I mean, whoa. I'm not trying to step on Mike's toes or anything. This is not about me trying to take opportunities away from Mike. It's about me spreading my dominance, spreading the dominance of corruption as a whole, because we are a unit, Jennifer. We do things together, and we will dominate this league as a team.
Ken, do you have any words?
Jen, I'm so glad you're here today. I'm so glad you're all in with us right now. And I got to say this, Jen, everything you've asked and they've answered about Chance, I believe that as well. The kid showed up. He wasn't supposed to be here and competes. But I think we know what this is about. We know really what this is about. Skalisku, put down your big thick burger at your Hardee's booth that they have reserved for you, where I know you got your Tandy little laptop open and you're trying to screw corruption. You're trying to ask a question that has been asked since 1985 when the VHS tape of Supergirl was available at places like Movies to Go and Rent a Movie and have fun renting a movie with your miserable life. I know what you're doing, Skalisku. I worked with you, Skalis guy. I know what you've been up to. I know what this is about. And you know what, Jen, to your question about Kalinowski and Chance meeting down the line, you know what we call that? A corruption family barbecue, and we look forward to it. See you around.
All right, I guess this is done. Thank you. Skaliski. Brandon, congratulations on your win, man. That was incredible. I mean, it came down to you and Chance in the end, and you pulled it out. How does it feel to not only be making a name for yourself in this match, but also to kind of be stepping out of Ben Bateman's shadow? Because until then, we've all kind of known you as just the guy that carries his briefcase.
Yeah, I'm not going to lie, Jennifer. Very happy right now. Beating Chance Ellison, that feels very good.
Right? I can tell. You can almost quit your day job of selling insurance, right?
Well, you know, it pays the bills.
But so, how does it feel to get that first W under those lights?
It feels great. I'm ready to go out there and win again.
Well, do you have any idea who you want to face next? Like, what was the... I don't even know. Oh, Emma, how's it going? Good. I will let you take that.
Yeah, so, I mean, as we're on the topic of, Brandon wanting to get more wins, congratulations, Brandon. Excellent performance today.
Thank you.
I can't say that there wasn't a little bit of personal investment for me in terms of seeing Chance Ellison get defeated. So, congratulations, Brandon. You're officially in the InnerGeekDom League.
Thank you, Emma.
Yes, you're very welcome.
Thank you so much, Emma.
Don't call me the hitman for nothing. I'll take them all out.
You feeling still pretty confident?
Marshall? Mr. Marshall?
Very confident.
I still want to go home and get some studying. Well, congratulations again, man.
Adam Vlavik's girlfriend. What's her name?
What a fantastic showing for this new rookie.
It's fun to watch, too, because obviously Emma Fyfe, I mean, a couple weeks ago, this guy was helping her clean her office at her demand, and then she asked him some Harry Potter questions. He gets thrown into a four-way qualifier, and now we have Brandon Hanna, possibly a new star in the league. But let's not forget about the other rookie debut here today, Chandru, with a very able performance. He took it all the way to the 3 rounds. Didn't work out his way today for him or Chance or Keaton, but a very well-played match here, and I was thrilled to be able to call it with you, Danielle Radford. Where can all the kids at home find you on the social medias?
You can find me at Danielle Radford on Twitter. You can find me at Danielle_Radford on Instagram. If you like wrestling, I do have a wrestling podcast on Max Fun that comes out weekly called Tights and Fights. You can find me on Screen Junkies, but more than likely you're already doing that.
Look at all the stuff she's doing. I'm just here taking naps. My name is Mark Baby Carrots Ellis. Make sure you guys join the Movie Trivia Schmoedown Patreon. We got a whole lot of tiers there. Select which one is right for you. If you get the right one on the $10 level, you can see all of our live pay-per-view style matches that we have for the rest of the year. All that information at theschmoedownlive.com or triviasd.com. For Danielle Radford and Christian Harloff, I'm just Mark, and we'll see you guys next time.
Sam? 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 Where are you, Sam? Sam? Sam, where you at? What the hell is Sam? First of all, why are you here? Like, back here?
I'm on my break.
I've been looking for you for like 5 minutes. You've been here the whole time?
Yeah, I've been here like an hour 20. Nobody said anything. What's up?
Hey, man, live your life. Listen. So I know I got to make a choice to represent me in the Manager Bowl, and I finally made a pick, and it's going to be the Machine.
Oh, all right.
Yes!
Yeah, Jamine's great. That's a solid choice. But, okay, so, you know, if she wins and you get to be... All right, and you get to be my boss, you're going to be cool, right? Because I remember, you know, when you came to me and you were like, I want Kalinowski, what'd I say?
You gave it to me like boom.
I said boom.
Yep.
Boom, you got it. You said you wanted a raise. What'd I say? Boom, you got it. So, you know.
I got you. You good. You want to take a 3-hour break in the cut? Cool. Now, my question is Emma fair game?
Oh, yeah, do whatever you want.
Shake on it. Hey, you go enjoy the rest of your break. You the man.
Thank you. Commission.
Oh dear God!
What the hell? Why not?
Oh brother.
Oh brother, indeed. But okay, so now that's 4. Yes, 4.
Yes. So far, representing the Horseman is John Roca. Representing the Dungeon is Eric Zipper. Representing Corruption is Stacey Howard. And representing Time Machine and the rest of Jay Washington's future endeavors, Janine the Machine. Now, all that leaves is... Who's the 5th person?
Crap. So we got the Dungeon, we got Corruption, we've got Jay Washington.
Who's the 5th manager? Because wait, it's the family.
Oh, it's the family. Duh. Yeah. Okay, and yet, look, Nico, I'm sorry to say this. I really, really am. But unless the family pulls McWeenie in as the final spot, I'm sorry, man. Roca's got it.
Don't underestimate Janine.
I'm not. But lest we forget, John Roca, 2-time champ. He's literally was in the second match of this version of the Schmoedown.
I'm just saying. I feel like if there's room for an upset victory here,
yes.
It's Janine the Machine.
If there's room for an upset,
even if they go with McWeenie for the family, because I know she's been busting her ass off, putting in the work to get better at this game. Like, she is a member of the Dungeon fan group online, so we've been helping her study through that Facebook group. So I feel like she is definitely someone to watch out for in that match. But getting on to what we just saw here, first off. Corruption has not been having some good luck as of late.
Nope. That's what we like.
Because this is now 2 defeats in a row for Chance. I think, what was their last victory? Was it? It was It was Crimson Fury. That was their last victory, as far as I can remember. And so they still have a solid presence in teams, but in terms of everything else going on, they've kind of been on a bit of a bad luck streak.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm curious to see if it'll resolve itself. Like, Kalinowski has a chance to make up for it on Saturday. Will he, though? That's the question.
No, he won't. And yes, you're right. And look, I know that I somewhat overestimate Spence's abilities and his training regimen because, my God, no one is on his caliber of studying. But
definitely, nobody is above him in terms of studying capabilities. Like, that man trains hard.
Mm-hmm. Well, and it also brings up the question of what's there left for Corruption to really do. So that's why I'm starting to think something has to happen at Collision.
It's hard to say where they can go from here in terms of what's left for them to do. Because, to bring up wrestling knowledge, the Shield, when they broke up for the first time, they were on top of the mountain. They had just beaten Evolution, and twice actually. And so... And, they had just been coming off long runs with the U.S. title and the tag titles. So it was like, what's next for them? And then they just decided to have Seth Rollins beat his former best friends for the chair. And so that split up the Shield, and it gave them more room to do things. They had some infighting, and Roman became the star that he is today. So will there be a breakout star that takes on a Roman Reigns role from Corruption? I'm not entirely sure. Will they have infighting between, let's say, Kalinowski and Chance? Maybe. I'm not sure, because the way they're talking right now, they're still trying to talk as if they're on a united front. Like, I even have this written down in my notes here. Chance sounds so much like Ken now in terms of his promo work, like referring to Jen Sturger as Jennifer, talking about being on a vacation and just walking in randomly. It sounds like something Ken would say, and also something that Grace would say. So he's picking up on a lot of things from these veterans of the game and incorporating into himself. So it feels like he's grooming himself, and Corruption is grooming him to eventually distance himself from them and take the reins.
No, but it does bring up that question though of like, again, just yes, it what I'm seeing is, oh, they're unified, they're still a thing, they're gonna be a thing, but that's not what the background says. That's not what, like, that underlying. It's like, okay, it's kind of like when you have to lie through your teeth, but you're a damn good liar. So I don't know. I just have a strange feeling that because Corruption hasn't been winning as much as they probably should have been as of late. Like, I get the feeling if Chance had won on Friday and also won this match, I would be 100% like, okay, Corruption is unified and they're ready to fight whomever is going to stand in their way. But if they're going to keep going on this losing streak, then they can't keep acting like nothing's wrong. They need to start acting like, oh, well, not everything's hunky-dory in the land of Corruption. So I don't know. Am I crazy? Or...
I don't think you're crazy, and you know, granted, I will say you had an idea of where the Team Action Civil War was going to go, and it didn't go the way you thought it would. So, but I'm kind of with you on, like, it feels like one more loss from someone from Corruption, or two losses, depending on how things play out on Saturday, and that might be the official split of the faction itself. I had something I was going to say, and I just oh, right. I do remember, though, that Kalinowski waited a long time to finally break away from the League. The League being his faction with Roxy and...
LaQuasto and Gertler, yeah.
Yeah. So maybe he's like... He's a patient man when it comes to making certain decisions. He likes to wait in storyline for things to play out before he makes a rash call.
Okay, he is, Ken's not. Because the minute that Ken got something about Dagnino at Collision last year, Ken split. And then tried to start up the Knights of Ken. And what happened to that? They went nowhere.
Because Anarchy completely threw those plans off the table. Mm-hmm. But we've spent a little too much time talking about Corruption and where they're going to go. So let's give some credit to the three other people in the match. Starting off with the winner, Brandon Hanna. We knew he had potential. He lived up to that potential in this match, and now he's officially a member of the InnerGeekDom division.
I have nothing else to say except I'm very impressed. The limited appearances of his I've seen on the Action Guys, I'm not going to say I didn't think he had any skill or any knowledge, because that's just straight up not true. I knew the guy had something, but I wasn't really sure of to what extent, and now I got a little bit of a stronger piece of it. So, look, dude, congratulations. You earned that win. So well done.
Absolutely, absolutely. And, this game was very steel-heavy, and it made a gigantic difference in the outcomes. As much as the questions did. And, Brandon, I think he was like tied with Chance after the first round, and then the second round is where he took the lead. And then the third round was just basically, it came down to Supergirl and whether or not Chance had watched this. And I think I'm noticing a pattern with Chance is that if a movie is far enough back there's a possibility he likely hasn't seen it, because I still remember when he missed that Godfather question back in January in New York. And granted, I wouldn't have gotten that question right in a million years, because I still have a great many movies outside of the IG to watch as well. But Chance, I would
question that was.
It was the name of a character. I can't remember which character, but Chance being the movie savant that he is, I would have expected him to know Godfather, and him being the movie savant that he is, I would have expected him to have watched Supergirl at some point too, regardless of whether it's a good or bad movie. We know him well enough that we kind of expect him to see certain movies, and when he hasn't seen a movie or when he doesn't know the answer to something, it kind of takes us by surprise, and that's how it played out here today. And Brandon Hanna was just able to capitalize on it. As for the other two competitors, Chandru came out of nowhere. Like, he when a fan gets called up, we kind of have an inkling of who those fans are. We knew nothing about him, and he just made his presence felt. Coming in third, racking up steals, racking up points left and right, just hanging in there with Chance and Brandon, who have the experience in terms of competition. And, Chandru, he looks like he belongs in there with whoever the InnerGeekDom division puts him up against.
Yeah. But I will say, now, okay, I'm not one to talk about having a on-camera personality who is never quite sure of what side he or she is on. But I will say, in the fan leagues, it's a little more excusable to have character inconsistency, whereas I feel like in the Schmoedown, and to be fair, this was his debut, so Christian and whomever else, they have time to work with him to help him establish a character better, because I like his personality. I like what he brings to the table, but if we're going to make him a heel, then we should, make him a heel. But if he's going to be a face, then we should make him a face.
I think he had intentions of being a heel, and then the lights and the moment of the situation got the better of him to the point where he's just like, I can't do a character. I need to just be myself and try not to get in my own head and play the game to the best of my ability. And he ended up being modest when they got to the post-match interview.
I was about to say, no, that what they should have just done was honestly, Chandru, watch all of Kevin Smets's matches, because he knows to keep himself in the ring and his character everywhere else.
I'm certain a little bit more storyline development, and he'll figure out what he wants to be. Okay, now we have to get to my sob story of this match, and I was rooting hard for Keaton Markey, and
I like Keaton. I like her personality. I like her energy. I like her attitude. But man, she needs to hit the books.
See, my thinking is, I'm certain she has knowledge. She's shown it before in the fact that she has a win in this division. I think she struggles with the moment of being under those bright lights. I think, like, once the countdown starts, and one of the benefits that we have is, like, we can see the questions written out. When you're at that desk, nothing is written out for you to actually see. You have to hear the questions and then process them and then write stuff down. And I think the nerves of the situation cause her to not hear everything that's being asked of her. She'll miss little details. She'll get inside her own head, and then it shows in terms of the score. This is a wild thing to say for the Schmoedown, but maybe she needs to see a sports psychologist if she wants to continue playing, just because, sometimes, believe it or not, they're effective. They're effective. I can't tell you how many fighters and football players have benefited from...
That would be okay. I feel like this piece of advice would be just as effective, where you say, then, listen, maybe we can hook you up with our good buddy DJ Snacks. And we can say, listen, he runs one of the fan leagues. They take really good care of all their people. Why don't you do a couple rounds, get a couple wins over there, then we'll have you back. You'll be refreshed. You'll be good to go, and we'll go from there. I'm not saying that's what they have to do. I'm not saying that at all. But if that could be an alternative, and that could be an idea for like future competitors, like let's say, no, not Winnie Seibel, because obviously high-ranking teams competitors, so never mind. But let's say, Demi from Liz Shannon Miller's debut, Electric Lemon, that guy. Let's say he comes back. He has a second loss. But instead of just kicking him out, pushing him to the side, because I love his personality, I gotta love those landlines. What if, like, they could send people back to the fan leagues for just like 2-3 months, get them in a couple matches, let them grind their way back to the real deal, and let's see what that can do. That might just be an idea for the future, just to, I don't know, rehabilitate, if you want to put it in that sort of similar connotation as to what you're trying to go for, Nico.
I'm not opposed to it. I'm not opposed to it. I'll say that much. There's a little hesitation on my part to officially go 100% in agreement with you, but I'm not opposed to the idea.
I don't know if I 100% agree with myself. I'm just spitballing. An idea.
But yeah, I think we've covered all the bases. This is probably the longest post-match breakdown we've done for a match.
Who cares anyway?
That's our podcast. Watch it on Friday.
With that, guys, thank you so much. Did you have any final thoughts?
Nah, I covered all the bases.
All right. Well, then, guys, thank you so much for watching this Schmoedown reaction right here on Dedicated Art. Please like the video, comment, subscribe, share it out. Take the link, put it all over social media. Share us in the MTS page. Share us on Twitter, Instagram, Discord. I want to see someone besides us post this link in Discord. I would really appreciate that. But Nico, where can the good folks find you online?
Facebook, Twitter, YouTube at Nico Suave Regoli, or just Nico Suave with 4 random meaningless numbers thrown in at the end on Discord. Combat Wrestling Trivia on Facebook, Combat Wrestling Network on YouTube, at Combat Wrestling, the number 2. There's no letter G on Twitter. Right here on Dedicated to Art, or at D2A channel for social media. Watch our Schmoedown reactions and watch us on Friday nights for Who Cares Anyway podcast. I don't know what we're doing this week. You can say that when it's your turn. But let's see here. Multiplex Entertainment, Zaddy Smith and I have a show every Tuesday night at 9 p.m. Eastern Time called Crisis on Earthplex, where we talk about the nerdy news of the week. And coming soon, the Multimedia Trivia Pop Quiz Championship. Oh, and Rolling Crits, or at Rolling Crits on social media. I think we're finally getting episodes out now. We've gotten an editing process down, so yay. You won't see me for at least the first 2 episodes, but you will see me for either the 3rd or the 4th.
Fair enough. And you guys can follow me on Twitter, Instagram, Stardust, Letterboxd, and Discord at Skywalker Dome. You guys can follow this very channel on Twitter and Instagram at D2A channel. Please like our Facebook page. And, of course, you guys can tune into this Friday, where we will be going live on the Who Cares Anyway podcast. Where, to be honest, I don't know what we're going to do yet, because it's kind of a slow week. Nothing too crazy happening. I know Toy Story 4 is coming out. So, I don't know.
Favorite toys? Favorite shows based on toys?
No.
Okay, never mind.
No. We talked about TV enough last week. I'm good on TV.
Worth a shot.
Worth a shot. I can't fault you for trying, though. But, of course, then, guys, between now and then, you know what to do. Take care!
Yeah!